Oh man, I just can't seem to escape this Karate Kid, Cobra Kai universe. Now there's a Mr. Miyagi biopic. Well, Pat Morita biopic. And I'm gonna react to the trailer. So let's get into it. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by wearecritics.com. I was just clicking through my emails, and then bam, I saw this invitation to not only screen this Mr. Miyagi Pat Morita biopic. They gave me the trailer, so I'm gonna react to it. I know it's already out there or whatever, but I haven't even seen it yet. I've been pretty busy renovating my new studio space with Critics, my company Critics Media. So I've been a little disconnected, but I saw the poster. I saw the names of the people who are going to be in this thing and speaking, and I'm like, I'm here for it. I think it's going to be pretty, with all the Cobra Kai hype that's going on right now, Karate Kid lovers and universes, myself included. I think this is probably a good thing to go all the way to the beginning of the man and figure out who exactly he was and who and what kind of a dear person we may or may not have lost, because I heard it's supposed to get very, in depth into his life. It's executive produced by his third wife, Evelyn Guerrero-Morita, and a lot of the other players, like the director and stuff, I'm not really familiar with, but I did see her name. It stood out. So without further ado, let's get into this More Than Miyagi, the Pat Morita story, the story. So I'm assuming that this is the only one of its kind, and it's going to get very in depth. So without further ado, let's react to this, okay?
Pat Morita.
Mr. Pat Morita.
Pat Morita, ladies and gentlemen.
I remember him from
Lenny
San Francisco.
Bruce's mother named him the Hip Nip, but he hung on because now all of a sudden he had an angle.
He would tend to do the same show over again. And then he couldn't figure out why he wasn't getting laughs.
I don't think he paid much attention to the rules of the game. Kind of did what he wanted to do.
He really embraced the things that many of us run away from. He ran to it.
He opened for Victor Moan, Connie Stevens, and Red Fox, who put him on his show.
San Francisco.
He was just a lovely, lovely man.
Pat went on and became a huge star.
And he created one of the iconic characters in American cinema.
One thing I learned with comics is they were actually some of the most unhappy, tortured people, and their comedy comes from pain.
I mean, he was in a cast for like 9 years, from his knees to like his neck for his childhood.
The day he gets out, he walks into a war.
He had a lot of inner demons. He struggled a lot with depression, and he was drinking too much. I think he was doing too much drugs.
He was drinking so much that I went to the line producer and said, I'm scared to death he's going to fall off a cliff.
And he was stumbling and he fell flat on his face.
That was when it really, really hit home and he realized, I've got a big problem.
Wow.
That entire chapter of my life changed me forever.
Wow. So, wow. It almost kind of seems as though a lot of the Miyagi character was him, was his real life. I didn't know he dealt with alcoholism. That's pretty interesting. Because he always seemed like a working... It's weird how Hollywood works, right? Like, you could be a trouble talent, and they still hand you work. You know what I mean? Like, from what I know, he's gone through generations of material. Like, I mean, started out as a comedian. He worked with Fred Sanford, better known as Red Fox. Then he was on Happy Days, which was like a very popular American comedy sitcom, and he was on that reoccurring. And then, into the 80s, he's Mr. Miyagi. Seemed like he was steadily working. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that it was perceived by me, but this looks very interesting. Even with the alcoholism and stuff, he still was in the limelight. Available February 5th for all of you. It's going to be on VOD everywhere. all platforms, including Apple, Vudu, I believe Amazon Prime, and all that. I dropped a little more descriptive description of the actual film, and I'll leave it below. It's on wearecritics.com. You guys can check that out. But yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I think it looks good. You guys tell me what you think. I know you guys are all big Karate Kid fans, Cobra Kai fans, but this is a story about the man who we miss every time we, enjoy this new material. The essence of Pat Morita is always felt a void. So you guys let me know what you thought about the trailer. Running back, watch it again, and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.